Welcome to Trail Time Stories. We hope you enjoy the scenery as we read stories that step out of the normal day-to-day mundane routine and help put ourselves in the character of those that have been briefly pulled from their sanctuary of safety and all too often times their sanity. If you like the content, please like and subscribe as there will be much more content in the near future. The following stories were posted on yourghoststories.com. Story number 1 is by Dana64 on February the 9th, 2020. Today, February the 8th, 2020, at approximately 1:45 p.m., my husband and I were heading to the cemetery to visit my youngest sister who passed away at age 38. Today made 2 years and we were meeting my family to visit her. Weird things have been happening, like my husband's toothbrush being thrown twice in the shower. Weird, I know. But today on our way, the radio station kept changing on us as we were driving. We have a newer vehicle, so no issues with it. It has never happened before. I've been really depressed the last few weeks knowing this terrible anniversary was coming up. I was anxious and afraid to go. It makes it too real to see her headstone. I wonder if it's her. I find dimes and pennies, see shadows. Hubby's toothbrush gets thrown in the shower. I think about her daily. I miss her so much. So much was left unsaid when she passed. I'm not sure if this is real, meaning I kind of freaked out. I'm not sure if this is real, meaning I'm kind of freaked out, and so is my husband. I want to see her so bad. I want to talk to her. Sometimes I feel someone rubbing my side when I'm in bed, when I'm sad. I know it isn't my husband. He sleeps in a separate bedroom because of his CPAP machine. Is she visiting me, or could it be my own energy doing this? I wish I could communicate with her. I wish I knew who this is. If she's trying to get my attention, if it's her or another family member. I know this stuff seems small, but this is new to us. My husband's brother also passed recently. His was due to his wife's neglects. It could have been prevented. We tried getting guardianship of him, but lost. He was 57. My sister passed from cancer. She was 38 with a 5-year-old and an 8-month-old. Thanks so much for letting me tell my story. What do you think? Story number 2 is by Timmy My Poltergeist on December the 22nd, 2019. I have multiple ghosts in my home. They have been with me my entire life, and I am used to them. Just recently I thought there was a new ghost in my family's home, but soon I figured out it was a poltergeist. Me and my sister like naming our ghosts so we can tell which ghost is currently with us. Before you say something about how you can't see ghosts, so how do you know which ghost or ghost is with you? Certain ghosts normally just hang out in a certain room. I named the poltergeist Timmy. He is only ever in the kitchen. Timmy acts like a 6-year-old little boy. I say this because he likes opening and closing the cabinets. Whenever we are about to go on vacation or a trip, Timmy throws a tantrum. Timmy never hurts anyone, so we are comfortable being in the same room as him. Whenever Timmy first showed up, I personally didn't know what to think. I just thought it was another ghost or one of our already present ghosts that decided to hang in our kitchen. Timmy has only been here for about 2 months and hasn't caused that much trouble except for not letting anyone sleep. He is very active at night. For people that say I need to get rid of the ghost, trust me, I tried, but it didn't work. The ghosts that are currently in my home are the only ones I let in because they don't cause trouble. Story number 3 is by Logical Twist on December the 8th, 2019. I joined the Army fresh out of high school, and since then lived in dozens of places, and this has happened in only one place, Huntertown, Indiana. I was living in a 2-story townhouse, and I lived alone. Well, at night, from time to time, I could feel something petting me, more like stroking my back. My neck, down my back, always my neck, and down my back. And whatever was touching me so hard I would wake up. I thought it was a serial killer that broke in and was petting me so it could savor the moment before they made their killing blow. I would wake up and would open my eyes, but would lay very still to see if I could still feel it. And I could, so I knew I wasn't dreaming it. I would flip over real fast and there was nothing there. This happened several times. The touch was cold and made my body tingle wherever it touched me. I eventually spoke to my mom and stepdad about things and my friends, and they all thought I was dreaming, but I knew I wasn't. Well, one night it happened again, and this time as soon as I woke, I flipped over and there was a man standing there next to my bed. He was just standing there. I couldn't make out his features, but his frame in the moonlight was unmistakable. So I let out the spine-chilling scream that woke the neighbors. I jumped out of bed and started swinging on this guy with both hands with everything I had, screaming at him. But the thing was, my hands just went through him. After several swings, I stopped and just looked. The guy did the same thing the whole time. He just slowly slipped towards the wall. Once he reached it, he just faded into the wall and the floor. He was made of what appeared to be smoke, ash, and light. The whole time he just moved through my punches and just kept moving after I stopped, slowly without concern. After that I slept on the couch, or I had company come over more often, but I don't remember it touching me ever again. This is a 100% true story. I don't want anything for it, I just want to tell it. Story number 4 was posted by 22 Jammin on November the 7th, 2019. Growing up in my aunt's house was absolute torture. We had to move out of my grandma's house and into her house because it was closer to a better school for me and my brother. It was my 10th birthday when the activity started. I was having a sleepover with my friend and it was around 4 a.m. She looked up, then turned pale white. I asked her what was wrong and she pointed at the wall. I looked up and saw a clear as day shadow person. It was completely black. When I looked up at it, it just turned around and walked away. I ran down the hall and woke up my dad and told him what had happened. But he just laughed it off, saying we were tired, which I believed for a while. Then I started thinking, if we were both tired, would we have seen the same thing? I didn't know if that was it at the time, but not even a month later I got my answer. It was real. It was the middle of the night, and I had the weirdest nightmare that I don't really remember. But when I woke up, there was a young figure on top of me. It was huddled on top of me, holding my arms and legs down. It turned its head and slowly evaporated. Every night until we moved since that night, there was something behind the bedroom door. I used to sleep with the hall light on and the door open. I'd wake up in the middle of the night to a thing I can only describe as darkness peeking at me from behind the door, like going out and in like it was scared. One morning I woke up on Saturday. My brother and I shared a bedroom at the time. My brother had already woken up, and I saw a little boy sleeping on my brother's bed. I just left the room and let the little boy sleep there. There was another night where I was sitting on the couch reading a book, and I'm not joking, heard an evil laugh. It sounded like my dad slightly, so I looked up, thinking he was home playing a joke, but when I did, a shadow man floated through my legs and into the wall. I stared at the wall trying to find it. For a few minutes I couldn't walk. It was around 11. I was playing with my toys and I saw the shadow of my dad coming down the hall laughing. It was him. It was shaped like him and the laugh was his. I heard him snoring in his room at the same time. One day me and my brother were going to scare my mom when she came home from work with Nerf guns, and I saw the shadow walk down the hall behind him. To this day, when I visit my aunt's house, I won't go into the hall after dark. Story number 5 is by Lucky Rose 13 and was posted on July the 30th, 2019. Background. I had never experienced anything paranormal or even thought of the idea. I was a kid, and anything involving ghosts would keep me up at night. I never had paranormal experiences until a couple of years after my grandmother passed away. I think she's connected to it somehow, but I don't know none of these experiences were her. My first paranormal experience was when I was about 11 years old. My cousin and I were outside playing with my new volleyball on my trampoline. It was a sunny, cloudless day, and we were just being kids. We hit the volleyball too high, and it flew up and over the net surrounding the trampoline. I was lying on my back, sideways, staring out the net at the falling volleyball. Instead of hitting the ground, the volleyball stopped moving at about the height we were sitting on the trampoline, about 4 feet above the ground. It was like someone had caught the volleyball, yet there was no one. For a split second, I thought I saw a black figure standing in the yard holding the ball, but it may have been my eyes playing tricks on me because of the position I was lying in. Anyway, the volleyball threw itself back over the net and onto the trampoline, like someone had thrown it back to us. My cousin and I were so freaked out that neither of us would touch the volleyball. We left it there for the entire day. My parents eventually made me bring the volleyball back inside. I didn't want to see it, so I hid it in my closet. Over the next year, I would begin to think my closet was haunted because the door would open and close randomly. My friends and cousins refused to sleep at my house because they had stayed over previously and witnessed it open or close at night. At that point, I was labeled the girl who lived in the haunted house. Thank you for watching and listening to today's video and story. We know your time is valuable and really do appreciate that you spent some of it with us today. If you haven't already, then please like and subscribe so it helps us greatly. We hope to see you again soon. Have a great day or evening. Trail Time Stories out.